We were good.
I didn't know. Oh, we were bonjour with them.
Yeah, we were bonjouring.
Bonjouring.
All right, that's bonjour. Bonjour, I'm Josh's.
All right. So she just, I'm Banks, and we are at places going.
Viral?
All right, so she just walked in. She said, "Hi, guys." All right?
Yeah. Guys?
Hi, guys.
You're a guy, right?
I'm a guy.
I'm a guy?
I'm just going to take it for that.
What are those guys?
I'm just going to say those hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
That's it. That's all it was. Hi,
You sure
guys.
she wasn't talking about, like, maybe we were high? She thought we were puffing the wacky weed?
No.
No?
Josh, BIPOC. I guess it's
POC.
POC, yeah.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Biracial, indigenous, people of color.
And biracial.
So biracial, indigenous, and people of color.
Okay.
It's a grouping, like LGBTQ, for example. Each one means something different.
Okay, so
It means not white, not Caucasian. Let me help you out here, man. Not Caucasian.
Got it. All right. I know what that is.
Hey, look, someone had to do that for me one time before I learned.
I'm at a meeting last night, and this woman was talking BIPOC, and I was just like, BIPOC. And then I went, and I was like, people of color. I got the POC at the end, and then the B. And I went up to her at the end, and I was like, what does BIPOC mean? And she was like, I don't know, racial.
She didn't even know? She's using a term she doesn't know? How American?
She gave me
How United Statesian?
She gave me a little, like, she kind of knew
Did she
it.
give you like the queer eye, like what are you at, the stink eye?
No, she didn't.
Asking?
She didn't. All right. So do you think that this is a amalgamation? Do you think this is an offshoot of people who classify themselves as LGBTQ plus?
Well, first I think she's being irresponsible using it without knowing what it means.
Exactly. I mean, she kind of. You went right to it and told me biracial, indigenous.
And 2 years ago, I didn't know what it mean. I didn't know what it meant either. I had to go look it up when I first saw it. I'm like, I'm not going to use it till I know for sure. But yes, it is a classification. It's an identity for people that have in the past been identity-less.
All right. So you're saying indigenous people?
Yeah.
You think biracial people had no identity?
We didn't allow them to have identity in society.
What were
Societal
they?
identity. They were still biracial,
yeah.
but they didn't have societal standing whatsoever. It was if you were either Caucasian or you didn't fucking exist.
Okay.
That's how it's been for hundreds of years, man.
All right. Are we going to talk?
Changing.
We're going to talk critical race theory now. All right. Indigenous people, which are the American Indians. That would be.
How about Native Americans? They're not really Indian. Those are people from India.
Native Americans.
Yeah, that's our conditioning, though. I understand.
Okay. All right. Got it. Ooh, boy, I got to remember that.
Yeah. There's nothing Indian about them whatsoever.
They didn't come over from India, like possibly the Bering Straits. They didn't come from the Bering Straits.
No, they didn't come from the Bering Straits.
All right.
They didn't come over from India.
All right. So I don't know. Okay. So if that's indigenous, Native Americans, got it. Biracial, people of, it could be black and brown, it could be black and white, black and Asian, right?
Yeah.
And then people of color.
Yes.
And people of color would be brown, black?
Not white.
Not white.
Color.
Okay.
Or not light tan.
However, the people who are who are indigenous, aren't they people of color also? I guess they're not. Because I'm trying to take this BIPOC apart.
Yeah. They probably have more color than us whiteys, for sure. They've always been called, the color that's been used historically is red, right? Red skin.
Right. Which is a derogatory term, correct?
I believe so. I'm not.
Yeah. Next time
it's no longer a football team. I'll tell you that. It's now the Washington football team. They got rid of Redskins.
They're called the Washington football team.
Yeah.
Washington football team.
That's the actual name of the team now.
Football team.
It's no longer the Redskins.
That's simple. That's. Okay. Is Cleveland going to get rid of the Indians?
I think it's a little on the nose, though. It's just a little too direct.
Well, I mean,
What's the name of your football team? The football team. That's literally the name.
Washington football
And
team.
it's Washington Football Team. That is the full name.
Okay. So the Cleveland Indians are changing their names too. I think they're
Are
taking
they?
out the Indians.
I
from my
don't
understanding.
follow baseball. It's a dumb sport. But anyways,
Okay.
yeah. So,
All right. Okay. So these American, the Native Americans. Wow, I got to work on that.
Yes.
I guess it would be nice to ask a Native American what they like to be classified as. It's almost like to the point of like when I meet somebody new, if they're younger than me, I always ask, what pronoun would you like me to use for you? Or I just don't use pronouns at all.
I just don't do that. I still want to when I meet someone, I want to treat them as an individual.
Okay.
I don't want to classify them by race. Now, I understand we need to classify a little bit societally because we have been classifying by race.
Okay.
And we need to remove the classification. We need to remove the white power, the white supremacy aspect.
Okay. So what is the white power, white supremacy aspect of that?
That white males have made the rules?
No.
for
But,
years. What do you
I mean, by saying he or she or him or her or them or they. I mean,
that's more of a gender thing, right? So
Yeah.
that's different than
then
then we're talking
like
in race.
Indian, American Indian.
Yeah.
'Cause
So the
that's like
pronouns that's gender based, right? And that's a whole nother topic, I think.
Okay, so Indian is out. Indian is definitely out, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Now you're not part Native American,
No.
are you?
No.
All right. I don't
I
think
am Eastern European and
Yeah.
very Caucasian, I suppose.
I am
I am white in many senses of the word.
really. All right.
I can't jump.
That
That's a
that's
stereotype.
not that is a stereotype.
Of course. But I tell you what, it's not completely unfounded stereotype. I don't think.
All right. So if you just look at the NBA, you see how many African American. Is it African American or black?
I think they're both okay.
All right.
I'm not sure though, man. Again, I'm not
I'm
being
asking
pretty honest.
you. I'm
You're
asking
asking me.
you.
I like this. A white guy asking a white guy. What's okay to say?
All right. Look at the NBA and see how
Yeah.
many African Americans there are that
Yeah.
play at that professional level, that are the best of the best. So
The ones that the NBA seems to have more athletic black people. They seem to be the better athletes in general, except for the really tall people. The really tall ones are still white Europeans. So that doesn't mean they could jump. That just means they're tall enough to reach the basket without jumping. So yeah, it's a stereotype. It's not 100% true,
all right.
but I know.
I mean, I always have to catch people on stereotypes. There was a stereotype that I was talking to a guy it was yesterday, and his stereotype was, he said she's so liberal that she will take her checkbook out and write a check and give it to her constituents if they don't have enough money to pay rent or whatever.
Isn't that just being a nice person?
I know.
Oh, okay.
I did not get to jump in and go, wait a minute, how is that liberal?
So you're saying conservatives wouldn't do that? So conservatives are... What are you saying about conservatives then, as the opposite point?
I don't know. I did not catch you. I did not. I was like, I didn't want to challenge. I didn't want to. I didn't know. It didn't hit me until after the fact, and I was like, wait a minute. I should have jumped in on that. I'd like to, because I think we do this all the time. I mean, I say American Indian, and you caught me on it. If I'm challenged on it, then I can pivot. I can navigate somewhere else.
That's why I don't like labels. I don't like labels because we do tend to generalize and stereotype.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be.
Okay. So then a him, her, them, and they is a label.
Mm-hmm.
BIPOC is a label.
It is.
So then why do we have these labels? It makes it easier to talk. Biracial, people of color.
It makes it easier to generalize, and maybe there's some
and
value.
stereotype.
Maybe there's some
too.
value to that, but honestly, I don't think we should. I'd rather treat people like when I meet them one-on-one, individual. I don't care what necessarily your background, this or that. I can still treat you like a human being. We need to get to the human level. We need to get across to where everyone's a human being, and not so categorized,
I
even
like
by race
I like
or
this.
even by gender. Okay, so you think you're a female fire hydrant. Great. Should I treat you differently now? Should I pee on you? Like, is that what the... That's terrible. Would that make me a dog? Like, I don't know. What? Let's just treat people like humans. That's where I'd like to go. However, we do
I'm not
need
a
to fix the
human.
system. We do need to fix the systemic categories that already exist.
All right. Thanks.
I'm Josh.
Places going.
Right on.
Boom. All right, Josh.